Today I'm going to be drawing aliens, and I use this pretty cool rainbow color pencil that I got in Japan last summer. It's pretty cool because I always rotate my fingers. Like when I draw, I generally tend to rotate the barrel as I'm adjusting. So just drawing this, it just so happened that it goes through all the colors as you're making sketches. So it's interesting to sketch with. Anyway, before I get started, please, if you have not yet, consider following the Chubbicorn Kickstarter campaign. It's free to follow. You just have to make a Kickstarter account first. I know it's kind of a little bit of a challenge, but you just make an account and you can follow, and that's the upcoming comic projects that I plan on doing. So the more followers we get, once we hit 100, I will launch the official campaign. So it's pretty exciting. Got a lot of stuff that I want to share with you once that gets going. Okay, so aliens. Let's draw some aliens. I'm gonna start with an alien that I grew up with, and there's gonna be some retro aliens on here. But this one in particular is Alf. And Alf was a TV show that I liked watching as a kid. Let me first zoom in a little bit here. See if I can get, there we go. All right, so Alf is just a puppet character. He was on a sitcom, and he ate cats. This seems really morbid, but that was like his running joke, is that he would consume cats, but he wouldn't see it. He just would make jokes about it. So like he would, yeah, I don't know. It was the 90s. So go figure. So I'm gonna draw him with his little beady eyes. So he has small eyes here. He has like this protruding snout, and very strange character. You only really ever saw his upper body just because he was a puppet. And it would just be kind of like him at the coffee table in front of the couch very often, or at the dining table. But he just was a wisecracking alien. These are his nostrils here. And just, yeah, weird. It was a fun show. I don't know if you can still find old episodes of it, but it was an interesting show. That's all I can really say. I don't have much memory of it, to be honest, except I remember watching it as a kid and laughing at some of the jokes. So that's it for that one. All right, I'm gonna just, and the trick with aliens is I can't really derpify them like I like to do with some things. I can try to exaggerate some forms, which I'll try to do in these upcoming alien species that we draw. But there's only so much I can do with an already pretty elaborate design. Like it's kind of like the same thing with cartoon characters. Humans are fairly easy to derpify, and you've seen how I've tried to kind of put my spin on other characters in past live streams. But this one, I don't know. I'm just gonna draw. I did not warm up this morning, so I'm going in cold. I had a lot to do, so it's a little busy. Usually I warm up and just get like a sense of how am I going to approach this design, and then just so I'm a little bit more ready for the live stream. But this time I'm just kind of figuring out as I go. Anyway, in the chat, if you are following along, please feel free to type in your favorite alien movies or alien species, and maybe in this video I'll get to it. I already have a preset list that I'm going to be looking at. So right now I'm looking at reference for Alf. So I'm just drawing an image that I found of him. So yeah, feel free to write in your favorite movie or alien character. Last night is our traditional family movie night. We watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and not everybody was impressed. It was the director's cut. So it seemed to run a little bit long as far as the plot went. There's a lot of the family dynamic that they could have probably gotten through a little quicker, but I do love the conspiracies leading up to the whole thing. All right, so there's Alf. Maybe I'll just write his name down here. It basically stands for alien life form. That was the key with that. All right, let me just get into, actually, I'm going to draw some of the, these aren't movie or TV aliens per se, but they are often depicted in movies. And so I'm going to draw a little gray alien So these are like the most common when you think of like UFOs and aliens. These are obviously the iconic figures we think about or people have reported seeing. Also, in addition to your favorite alien movie or species, you feel free to comment. Do you believe in aliens? Number one. Do you believe that they have and are visiting Earth? And then, yeah, just type that in. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to see what you guys think. Because recently, like, I know you guys have probably seen the interview with Obama. There's like this big, like, much to do about this whole interview that he had with Brian Tyler Cohen. At the very end, there was a lightning round of questioning, and Brian Tyler Cohen asked, "Are aliens real?" And Obama's answer, it was interesting, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, if whether or not it was telling of any secret information of the government. He's basically said, yes, aliens are real, but he's never seen any, and that he doesn't believe that aliens are at Area 51. And he said, unless there's a big conspiracy that he doesn't know about and that they don't tell presidents about, then, you know. So he kind of gave a little bit of a roundabout answer, but people went crazy online and were like, oh, this confirms it. But I don't know. Hello, Shirk Hanser. Shirk, did I say that right? Welcome to the live stream. So right now I'm drawing a gray alien. This theme is aliens for the week, so just like famous aliens. I'm drawing like a typical gray that when you think of aliens, you know, that's what people usually associate with. So I'm gonna draw this like small body, big head with almond eyes, and then a little short legs. And I'm just drawing like kind of big feet for the small body, I guess, but helps the head stay balanced maybe. And then it looks like this particular source that I'm drawing from, it's like a 3D sculpt, 3D model. It's got 4 toes. So I'll draw the other leg a little bit foreshortened. And hello, Alice. Hello, is it Qwerty? Qwerty lol XD. Resident Alien. Oh, yes, I think I've seen an episode of that one. Yeah, that one was pretty interesting. I saw the first episode, and I need to get around to watching the rest. Another interesting alien movie or show series is Pluribus, which I don't want to spoil it. It does involve like a non-human intelligence, not aliens particularly, but an intelligence. I'll just say that, and how it affects humanity. All right, so this gray is going to have, I like when they're depicted with big hands, like long fingers. So this one is going to have these long fingers. By the way, welcome King David, and yeah, thanks for associate. Shirk says, I associate aliens with Ben 10 aliens. Oh, that would have been a good one to look up. This morning and last night I was looking up, just kind of doing some pre-research of like my favorite aliens and just trying to find some iconic ones from films and books and shows. So hopefully my list that I draw today are aliens that you guys recognize, or I try to draw, like, include some really iconic ones. All right, I'm gonna try to finish up with this guy soon here. It's taking a bit longer than I expected, as typical with my live streams. I always put way too many images and references than I actually get to. So this hand is kind of curled around. Forearm is right there, like little tiny pectorals here, and then just kind of a little bit of a stout frame. So that is our typical gray alien. And let's see. Oh wow, sweeping under rug. Yeah. You know, I think I will say this, like, you know how there's like this search for extraterrestrial life, which I find fascinating. And there's all these, you know, theories and conspiracies about the actual things that we have found and people have seen, and very, very interesting testimony from pilots and from government officials and stuff. But I will say, like, you know, looking at the biodiversity on this earth, like we have such amazing, uh, you know, creatures on here. Like, and you just look at just the sea life in general. Like, it's the stuff that's being discovered. It's so interesting, you know, like it's so otherworldly. And so I think, you know, there's still so much to be discovered and saved and cared for on this planet. So I just think it's my little soapbox for the day. All right, I'm drawing E.T. Welcome, Melon Pool. Yes, this is definitely right up your alley. If you guys don't know, Melon Pool is a friend of mine. He is a comic artist, fellow comic artist, and a puppet maker. And he has a really cool YouTube channel about making puppets. And his comic is doing really well online. So I recommend you guys check that out. He has like, oh man, how many books do you have? Again, you have like 9 or 10 books that you've made for a while now, and they're awesome. The design and the style is really cool. All right, I'm drawing E.T., but I'm realizing now that like 18 books. Oh my gosh, 18 books. I'm drawing E.T., but I don't like how I'm drawing him. I'm gonna start again. I'm gonna just I'm gonna draw this one. I want to try to draw it in my style. I want to draw like more derpy. So I'm gonna do like really, really big. I'm gonna see if I can push this form. Like smaller mouth, bigger eyes. E.T. is another like childhood alien from my youth. And it was just, I love that the opening scene, like the how the mystery kind of unfolds. Again, there's the government conspiracy involved in it, which I think is, you know, pretty cool. But again, the alien design here, similar to Alf, is very strange. Like it's, you know, I don't know. It just seems like this particular creature doesn't seem like it moves around very well. It just seems. I'll draw the body. I'll draw E.T.'s body. It's just like, it's like a potato sack. He's got short legs. He's got this like trachea, like kind of like bone-looking throat neck thing. And I don't mean to body shame, but you know, like super long arms. I just wonder, like, how do they get around on their home planet? Yeah, like Yoda. Exactly. All these like creatures that have mobility challenges. I mean, if you look at E.T. in the movie, he really just kind of struggles to waddle around. And I wonder, like, maybe there's something on his home planet that would help him. An IKEA alien. Oh wait, let me catch up on comments here as I'm drawing. Humongosaur, Ben 10. Okay. Proportions. How to draw from reference with same proportions. It's a good question. You just have to proportion study. What I always do, like I do the pencil test here. Like I will take my finger and I will line up the top of my pencil to my finger. So if I'm looking at proportions of a source, I'll say like, okay, how many heads tall is a character? And I'll just do like the heads tall thing. So I'll mark, okay, there's 1 head, and then that's 3 heads down here, and then, you know, so that's one way to test proportions. You know, you can just kind of use your pencil to measure from your source to what you're drawing, and that's a quick way to do it. I do that a lot when I'm drawing, even digitally. Yeah, the gravity difference. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe E.T. stretches out and has lighter gravity, and maybe there's less pressure on his bones when he is. I don't even know what to do with this hand. I drew the arm too long, but I'll just draw the hand down here like this. Yeah, so maybe gravity helps him like just kind of bounce around or bound around like you see astronauts on the moon. That makes sense. All right, so we have these 3 toes. Just kind of peeking out from under that hand. Drew the hand kind of short. I don't know. I don't feel great about this particular version of him, but let me draw his eyes. Let me just see if that will help. Just big derpy eyes. Little tiny mouth, little thing here for the nose. Yeah, this alien wasn't, I just didn't understand the design of this. And I'm thinking like, you know, we did a project in middle school, which was really fun in my science class, Mr. Rogers, shout out. And we had to design an alien for a particular planet. So we had to design a species and how it, like it was all about like animal adaptations. And I thought it was so cool because, you know, you like, first you get the planet, like environment and weather and everything. Let's see. Oh man, wait, let's see. Special edition, E.T. lopped across a field. Oh, interesting. I gotta look that up. So they had like outtakes of him. Oh wait, let me do a finger up like this. I'm gonna draw his hand up like this. So he's gonna be doing his like little phone home gesture or his like finger gesture here. And then I'll move on. So he just kind of like, this little glowing finger. Let's see. Ooh, space planets alignment. Okay, I'll check that out. Definitely would check out the planet. I have a really cool little app on my phone that you can point it in the sky and it shows what current planets are, like where the planets are. It shows where like satellites are, like rocket bodies, and you can just point it anywhere and it'll show things on the other side of the planet. It's called, oh, it's on my phone right now, but I'm using my phone to film this. Maybe I'll post it in the comments or once I'm done filming. All right, let's move on. I'm gonna draw an alien that's a little more, yeah, ouch. I'm gonna draw a little more of a modern alien. I'm gonna draw, we're gonna draw Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm gonna try to draw like a cartoony-ish version of her. I like this alien because her superpower is feelings, right? She's emotional and it's just a funny. She provides the comic relief, and I also like how Dax is like disgusted by her, even though she's like adorable, and there's just nothing to not like about her. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, you're at a good spot for stargazing, QWERTY. Nice. And Spielberg added a bunch of CGI shots. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so that makes sense. The little after effects that they add to movies like Star Wars, all the retouching and all those extra scenes. I guess the derpiness and the lack of mobility for E.T., I think it does give him some charm. I mean, if he was too overpowered and like could hover and all that stuff, maybe that would, I don't know. I think it also brings him down to the level of the kids too, maybe. Like there was a decision that just kind of, it humbled him. So even though he had superior technology, he had some weaknesses, which was, you know, he had some physical challenges. And so maybe that was a way to kind of bring it to a level where kids could actually, in some ways, have the upper hand or be able to interact more easily. So maybe that was a decision for that. Hello, that one dude, 'cause why not? Nice name. Bob. Also known as Bob. Welcome. I'm going to draw her hair. So I'm drawing Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. I just like this character a lot because, I don't know why I'm so focused on her head shape. I'll draw her eyes right now. I'm going to try to draw her eyes as they tried to depict him. I mean, there's only so big you can go with human eyes. But I believe in the comic, she's supposed to have really large expressive eyes, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to draw kind of anime-ish eyes here. So I'll draw her thin eyebrows and maybe make her she kind of has like really, really big pupils. So I'm going to draw eyelashes, solid black pupils that kind of fill her. And then we'll draw like a little nose, so her nose is maybe right here. And maybe her little nostrils here. And then a big smile. And okay, so we'll draw it like that, and then Willie from Alf. I drew Alf earlier. Maybe I can do a part 2 of this. maybe I'll do. I really like how the Valentine's special turned out. If you guys have a chance, check those out. There's two versions of it, or 2 episodes, just because there were so many pairings, and the pairings took me a while because drawing 2 figures into a different pose was challenging. But it was cool because I was random and it was audience selection. So maybe I'll do like a favorite alien for like a follow-up or something. Probably should have done that in the first place. All right, so I'm drawing her hair. She has like this layered hair that goes down and kind of curls inward like this. Once again, I'm drawing Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy, but I'm just kind of drawing her in my style. Gray stripe. I'm gonna write these names down, but I can't take my hand off the screen for too long. Willie, Alf. All right. Okay, so let me just try to finish drawing her body in this pose. So she has her, because I drew her head larger than usual, I'm gonna draw her shoulders and chest like right about here. And then her other shoulder comes out maybe about here. So try to draw her outfit a little bit here. And don't you worry if you are waiting to see a certain alien. My favorite alien is still coming up, and I definitely have time to draw. And that is the Xenomorph, which is St. Patrick's Amant Day. Yeah, that's funny. St. Patrick's Amant Day. So you're saying like draw like just me? I should also do like maybe a show, an episode of that or I should ask for audience feedback of episode themes. So like what themes would be something you'd like to see me draw in the future. And when I say theme, I mean like dinosaurs, medieval, or something that, you know, has a lot of variation to it. So it's not just like one specific thing, but like, okay, so I'm just drawing her. I'll just draw her upper body. I don't have time for much more than this. She does have like this sleeveless like suit, and then her like she has gloves that come down to about here. So this is not Alf. This is Mantis. I'll just draw Mantis right here. Famous leprechaun. Yeah, all the famous leprechauns. So there'd be like with the horror movie Leprechaun. There'd be the Lucky Charms leprechaun. All right, I think I'm done. I'm just gonna keep like, otherwise I'm gonna keep fidgeting. I wanna make sure I give enough time for other stuff. Okay, there's Mantis. Okay, I think I should just turn the page here. Just flip the page. Do you draw the whole paper like the other characters? I don't understand the question. All right, let's draw the Xenomorph. Let's do it. I'm gonna draw the Xenomorph. Just big head. I really love the head design. H.R. Geiger was just an amazing designer of this. So we're gonna draw this big, massive, like hot dog shaped head. And that's the best way I could describe the general shape. And then we're going to draw, did I draw the other characters today? Derby O'Gill's Leprechaun King, oh man. Oh, there's a Mantis person on here. Oh my gosh, welcome. Welcome, Mantis Edits MCU. Sorry, there's a lot of comments I'm responding to all at the same time. My ADHD is kicking in right now. Let's see. Heads. You know what? I'll do a video on human heads. I'll write that down. I will do a video. Okay, so this Xenomorph, I should focus. Let me just draw the rest of the body first before I get too much, because the details are incredible. There's a lot of stuff to focus on and get distracted by these bodies here. So I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna try to make it derpy. I don't know. I'm gonna try. Do a flip. I don't know what do you mean by that? Like actually jump and flip? I'll break my neck. I can't do flips. All right, so we'll draw a, Xenomorph is basically a person. in a suit. That's the design. It allows for somebody to wear the suit and climb around, and then when they need to do CGI shots or incredible close-ups, it kind of crawls around on all fours, but then can stand up and slash, and there's all kinds of fun stuff there. But Xenomorphs, man, when I first saw Alien, it freaked me out. Especially the little mouth that comes out of the mouth, the double mouth. So I'm drawing a Xenomorph from Alien. I'm trying to draw like a derpy version of this one. Yes, always derpify. All right, Steve, it was good to see you. I will see you tomorrow, actually. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna draw the upper arm, and the hand is gonna just come across like this. Okay. No, I love the little, the mouth that comes out of the mouth. It's like a tongue mouth. I think that part's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna really quickly try to get through this here. So clawed-like fingers. I also like they have acid blood. These things are like so difficult to fight and battle. Let's see. Oh yeah, Predator. I'll do Predator if I have time. Yes, there. Yeah, there's a cat. That's Amelie. There was a cat, and she was probably asking for me to pet her. It was cuddle time, I guess. I have to. Sorry, Emily, I have to draw right now. We have two cats. They're twins. It's a brother and sister that we rescued, Amelie and Finn. All right. Oh, I forgot to draw the big bony plate, like spiky things that come out the back. I think these are pretty. If you think about the impracticality of these things, like if this thing's climbing around in air ducts, how are these things not snagging on wires or like bits of metal? You know. Yeah. Oh, okay. What do you know? Your dad's favorite? Which Aliens movie is the favorite? Mine. I actually like Aliens, like the second one. I know it's just a lot of like splatterfest and a lot of like big weapons and people just getting randomly taken out, but that one stands out to me as my favorite. But I don't think I've seen all of them, and I also like the original, of course. Okay, let's get to the head. We're gonna run out of time here if I'm not careful. Actually, wait, let me draw the segmentation of the tail. There is some type of segmentation. I'm not doing it justice, but kind of like that. Share the Cats Alien Earth series. I don't think I've seen the Alien. Is that in the same like universe as these aliens? I don't know if I've seen Alien Earth. I don't think I have seen Alien Earth. Is that like what is on Netflix or something? Maybe I'll check that out. Okay, I'll look it up. Alien Earth. Okay, I'm gonna draw the mouth. I'm gonna try to draw the mouth open. So I'll have the jaw. There's like this jaw that comes out. I want to show the little like mouth tongue, and then it's got teeth here. So there's teeth, mouth here. This is like the jaw opening. And then the little mouth coming out. We'll have that little tiny, like, little mouth. Would you guys want that? Would you guys want to have a little tongue mouth? Helps you eat ice cream or something. Maybe you don't get like brain freeze. It could be helpful. Could be useful. Your sister's singing opera. Oh wow. Oh, FX, okay. I will check out that Alien Earth series. All right, yeah, there's really not much left to say about the little visor. It's just like this visor thing, it's just glass, which it gives it this really creepy, like inhuman, like just impersonal, anonymous, you never see like eyeballs or anything. There's a bunch of little, I mean, the details are crazy here. I could take all day on the details, but a lot of little piston-looking pipes and things that kind of go back into there, and you know, clawed fingers, and then the legs also have a lot of like striations and like lines and textures, and so it gives it this weird, creepy. Oh, and then the rib cage, bony looking rib cage thing. Something like that. Michael Jackson. So this, if you're asking, this is the Xenomorph from Alien. Xenomorph, you can look it up. Okay, moving on. Oh man, I have not much time left, and I did promise you guys. Okay, we'll do a part 2 of this. Let's just do a part 2. I'll draw Predator, and then I'll get you other aliens next week. So this one would be easier to derpify because I'm gonna draw like just a head of this guy. So Predator does relate to Alien because they are in the same universe, and they fight each other, and for the most part. So I'm gonna draw a big forehead, like this big, and then I should just focus on basic shapes first. Okay, so I'll have eyebrows down here. I'm gonna try to derpify this, but I'm out of space. The edge of my sketchbook is just to the right, so I won't have a lot of space for the dreadlocks here, but we'll see. So eyes are gonna be down here. The mouth is basically a trapezoid when it's fully opened. Kind of like a curving trapezoid or like a PlayStation controller, I would say that. And eyes are very beady. There are no nostrils. And then it's pretty much just like that. And then, there's a little ridge on the scalp here. And I like how in this series, these Predators have different variations in their look. Like the latest one, the Predator Badlands, looks very different from this Predator I'm drawing. This is like the classic, like Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator. Okay, so let's draw. We have the eyes, we have the mouth. There's like 2 mouths. So we have like a little fanged mouth. It's almost like a spider with the pedipalps, I believe, or the mandibles of a spider, how you have those little extra like finger feet thing. I'm gonna draw big eyebrows, big expressive eyebrows right here. And then we will draw the cheekbones, kind of like that. And again, I'm trying to exaggerate the form if it's possible, with this design. So these are the fangs that are coming up and curling in. And then we have like fangs curling in here and here as well. I'm drawing the Predator, so trying to just kind of map out where things are, and then maybe I'll switch colors and I will start to add detail once I'm done here. So we have this really, really stretchy skin. I'm trying to draw it from like somewhat of a 3/4 view pose. So the dreads are gonna come out here and here. I exaggerated the forehead, make it a giant, like a 5 head or 12 head. And then we'll draw the lower lip. There is like this little chin part that kind of comes out here, connecting these fleshy like protrusions here. And like that. And then the mouth itself has a series of, so just 2 fangs here. It has like this little opening here. Yeah, the clicking, oh man. Yeah, the alien, I love this design. Okay, tiny beady eyes right there. Let me switch pencils. Maybe I'll switch to a, oh wait, hold on. A few more things. I'm gonna do the more dreads. So yeah, the thicker dreads come out from this part, and then you have a series of smaller dreads. So I'm gonna divide these up into smaller pieces here. So I'm gonna keep these like thicker dreads. And because I made the forehead so much bigger, I have to add more dreads. Otherwise it looks kind of weird, like spread out. You don't wanna have like wispy dreads. You gotta have it packed. Okay, and then we do have a series of little like freckles, like spots that go up and down here. Maybe I'll add that in pencil. Okay, Dragon Ball Z. Oh, that'd be interesting. How do you do the full cast of Dragon Ball Z? I mean, that's I don't know how to answer that question. How do I do the full cast? I would just maybe look at photos. Are you asking that maybe I do a video on that? I can do some Dragon Ball Z, characters, but the full cast, that seems like it's a big task. All right, so I'm gonna just shade in around the eyes. There's this shading. You know what? I realize this is not cartoony at all. I'm making this realistic. It's okay. That's fine. Still, it's fun to draw. I'm breaking my rule. It's not cartooning, but how do you draw a cartoony? You know what? I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try to do it eventually. A cartoony predator. A charming, family-friendly, cartoony predator who is swap out Alf with this guy. That would be a fun sitcom. He's constantly hunting people, but he lives in just a regular house. Godzilla, that'd be fun. Thank you, Yegtver. Appreciate that. Your name, I hope I pronounced it right. All right, you guys, I feel like I've gone a little longer on this one. That's okay. I want to finish this one up here. I want to like make some moves and finalize this drawing, and then I will do a part 2 because there were a bunch of aliens I didn't get to. And then I will add some of the suggestions that you guys made next time. And I promise I'll try to be more cartoony next time. So I'm drawing these little, he's got these freckles, like these little spots that go up the side. And then there's this little ridge. I kind of exaggerated it more, but there's a ridge there. And then we have the dreads. We have these little, like they're almost like cables. There's smaller ones here that just kind of come off from the head. And then the larger ones occasionally have like these little bands, almost like decoration, maybe. Draw another one there. I guess the exaggeration is that it's a massive forehead. Maybe that counts as it being a cartoon thing. I need to finish this inside of the mouth, and the only really way to show it is by color and value, by adding some shading. Is the only way to really accurately show like the throat, because I would just, obviously this would be like the darkest part, and then there are a series of slightly lighter little pockets that are lined up here as these skin folds kind of pull away from, yeah. All right. So we have a little band here. I think that's pretty much, I think we're good. We're good, right? That's good. Well, I think that ends, again, I'll do a part 2 next Saturday, so please feel free to join. And if you want to make some suggestions of aliens that I missed, maybe in the, post it, especially under my announcement, maybe I'll leave a question. Godzilla before I leave, what? Oh man, okay, look, I'm gonna do a derpy Godzilla, okay? Just for you. The way I draw Godzilla is I just draw this, and then a big giant pear-shaped body. I like drawing the legs incredibly big, like this, and then I draw a big tail, and then I'm gonna draw his little spikes. And then, of course, a beam of laser fire. And then maybe shade this back leg in and this back arm in. All right, there's a Godzilla before I leave. Eevee, oh man. Hello, horse girls. Okay, so I've come to the end here. I want to just say really quickly before you guys go, if you could help me out and follow the Chubbicorn Kickstarter campaign. The link is in the bio. It's free to follow. You just have to make a Kickstarter account. And once I get 100 followers, I will launch my Chubbicorn comic, which has been in the works for a while now. So yeah, it'd be awesome if you guys could help me out. Once I hit 100, I think I'm like a little above 50 maybe. I don't know, around 50. So check it out. Thank you guys for watching. Let me just do a real quick review. We did Xenomorph, we did Predator, did a little request of Godzilla, and then we did E.T., we did a typical gray, Alf, and Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. So I will continue with a part 2 next week. So thank you guys. To answer your question, Godzilla is not in Chubacorn, but I do have a Chubzilla. It's basically Godzilla with a Chubacorn-like head, and instead of these horns, it's the golden horn that goes all the way down the back. So anyway, take care, you guys. I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. See you later.